Have you ever stood in the middle of your living room and felt an invisible weight pressing on your chest? Not from the years you've lived, but from the things that surround you. The drawers that don't quite close, the stacks of papers that keep multiplying, the souvenirs from trips that feel like another lifetime. You look around and realize every object has a story, a piece of you, but somehow all those pieces have started to feel heavy. They say after 60, something inside of us begins to shift. You stop reaching for the next big thing and start longing for quiet. Not silence exactly, but a kind of peace that lets you breathe again. A calm that says, this is enough. But here's the part no one really talks about. Decluttering isn't just cleaning your space, it's an emotional journey. It's learning to say goodbye to versions of yourself that you no longer need to carry. When you finally start to let go, something beautiful happens. The room feels lighter, yes, but so do you. It's as if each item you release takes a bit of the past with it, leaving behind space for peace, clarity, and joy. There's a quiet magic that fills the air, something you can actually feel in your heart. And soon you begin to realize that decluttering after 60 isn't about losing your memories, it's about making space for your soul to rest. And that's where our story begins, right here in this quiet room. Imagine walking into your favorite room on a quiet morning. The sunlight slips gently through the curtains, touching the edges of the furniture like an old friend. The air feels still, but your thoughts are racing. You look around and whisper to yourself, "Where do I even start?" Then a softer voice inside you replies, "Right here." That's it. That's your first step. The gentle beginning is never about tackling the whole house or making everything perfect. It's about choosing one small space, a drawer, a shelf, or even a single box, and giving it your full attention. You don't need to move fast. You don't need a plan. All you need is presence. As you open that drawer, you'll find little fragments of your life, old keys, faded photos, things that once mattered deeply. Some will make you smile, others might bring a quiet ache. But here's the secret. You're not just deciding what to keep, you're deciding what kind of peace you want to live with. Each item you release lightens the air around you, like exhaling after holding your breath for too long. And slowly, your space begins to breathe with you. That's when you realize decluttering isn't about getting rid of things. It's about reconnecting with yourself, one gentle choice at a time. Sometimes you open a box, and in that moment, time seems to stop. A faint scent drifts out, old paper, a touch of perfume, a memory wrapped in dust. You reach inside and find a letter, a wedding photo, maybe a little keepsake from someone you loved. Suddenly, the room feels full again, not with clutter, but with echoes of who you once were. That's the emotional trap of decluttering. It's not about the objects themselves. It's about the lives they remind us of. You tell yourself you're just organizing, but soon you're sitting on the floor, lost in memories. You remember laughter that filled this house, the faces of people you miss, the younger version of you who thought the world would never change. Your hands tremble slightly because deep down, you know letting go of these things feels like erasing proof that those moments ever happened. But here's the truth. You can honor your memories without carrying the weight of them. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing space over sorrow, presence over the past. It means saying, "Thank you for being part of my life," and gently placing it aside. Some items will feel impossible to release, and that's okay. You're not just cleaning your home, you're healing your heart. And as you take that breath and set one memory free, something unexpected begins to happen. The silence no longer hurts. It starts to feel like peace. You've cleared a small space now, and suddenly the air feels a little lighter. This is where the real transformation begins. It's time to create what I like to call your peace corner, a small, sacred space in your home that reflects calm, comfort, and simplicity. It doesn't have to be fancy or large. A corner by the window, a small table near your favorite chair, even a quiet spot beside your bed can become your personal sanctuary. Place something meaningful there, but keep it simple. Maybe a soft candle, a little plant, or a photo that makes your heart feel warm. Choose objects that bring peace, not noise. When you look at this corner, it should whisper calmness to you. It should remind you that even in a busy world, there is always a place for stillness. Every time you pass by it, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel how your body relaxes, how your thoughts slow down, how your spirit softens. That's not a coincidence. When you create physical space for peace, your mind follows. Scientists say our surroundings shape how we think and feel. When your home feels open, your thoughts begin to flow more freely, like sunlight through clean glass. Soon, this small corner becomes more than just a space. It becomes a feeling, a gentle reminder that serenity isn't something you find outside of yourself. It's something you create, one quiet corner at a time. Here is a simple truth. Lasting change doesn't happen in a single day. It begins with small, gentle steps that quietly build momentum. That's why I call this next part the 10-minute rule. Every day, set aside just 10 minutes for decluttering. Not an hour, not an afternoon, only 10 quiet, intentional minutes. Pick one small task, like clearing a drawer, organizing a stack of papers, or deciding what stays on your nightstand. When you start the timer, focus only on that one area. Don't rush. Don't multitask. Just breathe and move slowly. Those 10 minutes are your promise to yourself. And when the timer rings, stop. Even if you're not finished, walk away knowing you made progress. That's how you build trust with yourself again, one tiny victory at a time. As days pass, something subtle begins to happen. You start to notice small shifts. The table looks clearer. The room feels brighter. You begin to move through your home with more ease, as if the air itself has changed. These moments might feel small, but they create ripples. 10 minutes of action each day soon turns into a habit of peace. And here's the secret. Consistency matters more than intensity. You don't need to do everything at once. You only need to begin. Because once momentum starts, it gently carries you forward, turning clutter into clarity and hesitation into calm. Before you can truly move forward, you must first honor what came before. That's the heart of this final step, the memory ritual. Decluttering isn't just about throwing things away. It's about creating closure, appreciation, and peace. Each item you decide to release carries a story, a moment, a fragment of who you once were. And before you let it go, pause, hold it in your hands, and take a slow, deep breath. Feel the texture, remember where it came from, and whisper a quiet thank you. This small act of gratitude transforms the process into something sacred. You're no longer getting rid of the past, you're acknowledging it. You're recognizing that it served you once, but now it's time to create room for new experiences, new joys, and new memories. Letting go doesn't mean loss. It means growth. As you go through your belongings, you might smile or you might shed a tear. Both are okay. Each emotion is part of the healing. The more you practice this ritual, the lighter your heart becomes. You'll notice that your space feels different, warmer, softer, calmer. And soon, that peace begins to fill the quiet corners of your mind, too. Because what truly matters was never inside those boxes or drawers. It's within you. The memories stay, the love remains, and what you're left with is space. Beautiful, open space for the life you're still meant to live. Look around your room now. The light feels softer, the air feels gentler, and there's a calm that wasn't there before. It's not because you removed things, it's because you made room for peace to live again. That's the real gift of space. It's not just about the way your home looks, it's about how it makes you feel. Every clear surface, every open corner, every breath of quiet is a reflection of the inner calm you've been craving. When you let go of clutter, you aren't just freeing up space on your shelves, you're freeing up space in your mind. You start to think more clearly, rest more deeply, and appreciate the little things you once overlooked. A cup of tea by the window feels more peaceful. Morning light across the floor feels more beautiful. The simplest routines start to feel like rituals of self-respect. And here's the most powerful truth of all. You didn't lose anything that mattered. The memories, the love, the meaning, they've always lived within you. What you gained is something far more precious. You gained space to breathe, space to dream, and space to simply be. So take one last look at your surroundings and smile. This is not the end of something. It's the beginning of a calmer, clearer chapter. You deserve a home that feels like peace, a place where every breath reminds you that life can still be beautiful, simple, and full of quiet joy.